Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons systems online. All functioning systems nominal.
Hello once again. Welcome once more to the Amazing Live Show. This is like a back-to-back episode. Yesterday I just had one, and today I have another one. Welcome to the Amazing Live Show, the show for photographers by photographers. So today we're gonna do something a little bit more different compared to the usual because I'm my own guest speaker today. So I am trying out something new. I'm gonna show you guys behind the scenes of how I do things in the home studio. But today I'm gonna start off a little bit slow first. I'm gonna play some of my behind the scenes videos and things like that, and talk to you guys through some of my previous works and share a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes and how I got around to doing certain things and things like that. So this is like a shout out to the OG team behind the A-MEZ-ING, which we started a long time ago. I mean, the A-MEZ-ING was it began in 2012, I think, as a hobby group, and then after that, somehow it grew into what it is today. It became a registered company, and now we focus more on commercial works. So yeah, I'm gonna take this very casually. So if you guys have any questions on how I do things and how I go about doing things or what I got to make the things happen, like software, hardware, whatever, I'm more than happy to share. Okay, so today is like a sharing session between me and you. So it's just me and you, buddy. Right? So yeah, so a little bit of information about the Amazing Life Show for those of you guys who are new to the channel. This is actually a personal project that kind of evolved over time and turned into something that's bigger than it was meant to be. So in the past, when I first conceptualized a live streaming show, that was I think in 2019, early 2019. I wanted to do like a live streaming of my editing and just do for fun on Twitch. But because of COVID-19, I decided to like take things a step further, and I wanted to make it more like a online based learning kind of thing. I basically I got inspired by the HBL the home based learning thing lah. So I decided like okay lah, all my seminars, workshop talks, whatever, all those things that got cancelled because of COVID-19, I'm gonna put them all online and it's all gonna be free. And of course, this is a self-sustaining project, so everything's coming out from my own pocket. I spent quite a fair bit on gear, but today I'm just going to share with you guys some of the possible alternatives to buying, right? Because I do have messages in private from on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and some of the comments in some of the Facebook groups saying that, hey, we've seen your live streams. Can you share how you do your live streams? And I'm more than happy to share. So this is what today's episode is pretty much about, but that's actually the second half. So actually, to be honest, this is like a very fun episode. Don't take it too seriously. If you want to take notes, can. So if you got any questions, just pop them in the chat box and I'll try my best to answer them. My knowledge for live streaming, I have to say this as a disclaimer, it's quite limited from my own experience. Okay, I mean, it's not that I'm well studied in it. I didn't go through courses or attend courses or workshops or anything like that. I don't even go through like online courses for it. I just randomly look for things. If I feel that I need to do something and I don't know how to do it, I'll just Google it up and then I found things. So everything that you see on the live streaming show that I have right now, it's pretty much a hodgepodge of everything that I found online. Some things work, some things don't, and like I said to some of my friends the other day, I fixed something else broke. Like today, actually, to be honest, the intro video did not play. I don't know why, so I had to fix it on the fly. All right, so these kind of things do happen. I got together. I got to know this guy called Murphy. Murphy is a very terrible person. Murphy actually hangs out with all video producers and photographers. Once in a while, he'll just pop by a shoot set and just say, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna screw up your shoot," and that's what Murphy does on my live stream shows as well. So Murphy's Law, for those of you guys, who don't are not familiar with it, it's basically when bad things happen, they just happen. There's nothing much you can do about it. Okay, so I'm just gonna give a little bit of a shout out to some people on the chat boxes. We've got Eugene Ko, hi. Moachi, hi. Zik, hi. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. Let me just adjust, my aircon is kind of warm suddenly. I don't know why, because the vent turned to the other side and it's going behind my screen. Hi Gavin, nice to see you as well. Clement, hi. Zara, hi. My wife is watching. Nazrin, hi. Yeah, so this episode is really about how you can do your own live stream and have fun with it. Okay. I just to give you guys a background, I am actually live streaming with 3 camera setups. So you can see that this is from the back. This is a Razer Kiyo. This is my Logitech, and this is my Sony A6500. So I'm going to cover a little bit about how I do things. And some people are like, "Well, you're crazy, man, you're doing a one-man show and there's no one to assist you." And yeah, no choice. COVID-19, I have to work on by myself. Right? Hey Azmil, how's it going? Wow, all the way from Maldives. It's quite amazing how this channel has evolved and actually gotten more people coming from overseas to watch, and it's really cool. And if you guys are new to the channel, please hit the I'm still not used to this because my microphone is blocking me. Okay, there's a follow button over here for Twitch users. Just click on the follow and you'll be able to be notified whenever I come online. Those on Twitch, you'll notice that you'll be able to watch this in high res at 1440p. For those on Facebook page, you'll only be able to watch it at 1080p. And I'm currently monitoring you guys, and I hopefully I'll be able to show you guys everything later on, because there's an app that allows me to connect my camera phone to Streamlabs, and I can show you what the camera sees. So it's gonna be like a live view of a live streaming behind the scenes. Okay, Gavin, yes, I will share more about the live setup studio later on, but today is all about 2 parts. Otherwise, if I go all the way about live stream, it'll be quite boring. So I'm just gonna show you guys a little bit about what I do. Okay, so this is the A-MEZ-ING's website, which is my website and portfolio. So you guys take a look at this. You can actually go over to my blog and read my blog, or you can click on the hot link here that goes straight to the Twitch live stream channel. So occasionally I do blog stuff. I haven't been blogging because I've been quite busy setting up for today and upcoming virtual workshop on Tuesday, and sourcing out for guest speakers in the future for you guys to enjoy. But yeah, you can read my blog here on tips and tricks on photography, or even upcoming events I'm doing. Every time I do a workshop and things like that, I'll post it up here. This is my Facebook page. You can check it out here as well. I'll get Jarvis to type out my social media in a bit. Either that or Zik can help me out. Zik is actually one of my moderators for my Twitch channel, so he's always around and helping me out on the back end. This is my Twitter account. You can check out my Twitter account for my latest updates. Occasionally I give hints as to how to go about certain shoots, or I give hints and ideas on upcoming episodes of the Amazing Live Show. So if you guys are curious to know who's my next guest and all that, you can always follow my Twitter and watch out for those hot links. Okay, so this is where I update my stuff. This is my YouTube channel. You can actually watch it in dark mode, which is right here, and it looks nicer. Anything in dark mode looks better lah. Alright, so you can check out my previous videos on the Amazing Live Show, even my behind the scenes videos, or my vlogs. Alright, my reviews, they're all there as well. This is my Twitch channel. This is videos of you can hear myself talking. Yep. So on Twitch, you can actually switch to, there you go, 1440p high res. This is the best way to actually watch the live stream. If you're on Facebook and you have not watched this on Twitch, you may want to go over to Twitch. Alright, so this is how you can watch the live stream in 1440p. There's a chat box here, a suggestion box here, so if you have any suggestions on how to make the channel better, or suggestions as to who else I should invite onto the show, you can type it out here. There's also an ongoing competition, which I have not thought much about yet in terms of mechanics, but if you chat as much as you can in the chat box on Twitch, I'll try to reward you guys on a monthly basis. Okay, so right now the winner is on a monthly basis. It's Jarvis. Jarvis is my bot, so not counted. Zik Nafi is winning, but he's a moderator, so not counted either. Kaito Des also is a moderator, so it's not counted. The top one right now is Alex Crisis, so he's the one to beat. If you chat as much as you can on the chat box in Twitch, you will be able to beat him, and maybe I'll reward you guys with something. I've not decided, but most likely it'll be starting from next month onwards, because next month is my birthday month. I want to make it more special. So for you guys who have tuned in since day one, you probably know that this is actually a self-funded project. So if you guys want to show support, you can actually donate or leave tips with the channel through PayPal or through Ko-fi, and I'll get Jarvis to type out the donation status or donation form, not form lah, but links. This is where you can go and do your donations. For those on what do you call that, Facebook, let me just type out my social media channels for you guys so you can see what's going on. Then this is the donation thingy as well. Donation links, okay? So again, this is no pressure. If you feel that you guys want to support this channel in ways of through financial means, this is actually the way to go. All right, no pressure. If you guys don't want to, it's okay. You can still watch this. It's always for free. I intend to make it available for everyone at all time. Okay, so this is just one way you can show appreciation or just to support the channel. Today's episode is actually brought to you guys by Camera Rental Center. They are supporting us by spreading the word, and this is something that I need you guys to do as well. If you guys could maybe share the channel, let people know that there's this live stream channel that's ongoing every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. So I'm just gonna share with you guys the schedule. So Jarvis is going to type out the schedule as well, and I'm going to just copy the whole thing on Facebook as well, so our friends on Facebook can figure out when to watch the show as it comes along. All right, so again, just keep following. If you hit follow, you'll be able to get notification by email when I come online on Twitch. On Facebook, it just tells you a notification when you're on Facebook lah. So if you're on Facebook, you'll be able to see the notification window, and it will just tell you to click on it, and you'll be able to watch this live. First of all, this is Camera Rental Center. Yep. So you can check out our website. You can see that there's actually some promotions ongoing right now. Camera Rental Center has been one of my go-to places when it comes to renting out gear, because they do take care of the gear and the services are top-notch. Okay, like Nicholas is one of them. I like him. He's very chill. Nick, if you're watching this, thank you so much for helping me out with this live stream by spreading the word. Okay. At the same time also, I just want to share with you guys some very interesting promos that are ongoing right now. Because of COVID-19, we do have the work from home special with ASO APAC, or ASO Singapore rather. So you can actually check out some ASO monitors going on much more affordable rates. So this is actually one of the ways you can actually improve on your reading of colors when it comes to photography. So this is a very high-end monitor brand. They do provide monitors that already built monitors that specialize in color accuracy and detail accuracy. So if you guys are into serious photography for your work, for commercial work especially, you need to invest in one of these. This is the best monitor on the market when it comes to color accuracy. Okay. Then also a shout out to Bronco Singapore, because they've been supporting my channel for since day one actually. They do have some promos going right now, and you guys know that I love using Capture One Pro. So Capture One Pro is on sale right now on Bronco Singapore, and get it while it lasts. It's supposed to end I think in April, but somehow the price is still there. Oh, sorry, May. Alright, so it's still May, so good for you guys. Alright, so it's going for $380. They've extended the promotional period, so you guys can actually have a little bit of discount. Alright, on Facebook right now, if you guys can just share the channel, share the episode or the live stream to your timeline. Okay, because I think some people are unable to see. I'm now live to share some BTS videos. Please don't be disappointed. I am not showing BTS videos, as in the Korean band. Yeah, if you're a K-pop fan, I'm so sorry. This is behind the scenes. Funny story. So, a long time ago, when I was on Twitter for the first time, or rather active on Twitter again for the first time in many years, and I didn't realize that there were a lot of lingos that have changed. So for me, BTS has always been behind the scenes. So I was posting up, this is my latest BTS video, and then someone messaged me, hey, don't make fun of my favorite band. What the hell are you talking about? And then after that, a quick argument ensued because I had no idea that I was infringing someone's copyright by posting up my own BTS video. Then this person explained that your BTS video did not show, I don't know who lah, the names of the band members, and it was a list of them, and I was like, okay, sorry. And then I explained to that person, I think it was a kid lah. I don't know how old, but it sounded like a little girl or something like that. Then she was like, you don't say anyhow BTS. I said, but BTS means behind the scenes for my industry. It's a common term. And then she said, oh really? I said, yeah. Then I thought I blocked her lah. I don't want to waste my time. But at least I tried to explain to her lah. So that was that. Okay, so anyway, a little shout out also to our good friends at Typhoon Systems. Typhoon Systems actually built my machine, my PC that is running right now. And I'm gonna cover a little bit about this as well because, as in the specs, because this is important. Computer specs are very important when it comes to live streaming. You do not want to have a very slow system to do what I do, because right now I'm actually live streaming. I am also running some apps in the background. I'm also, when I do editing and all that, I still need to run Capture One and Photoshop and things like that. So it's very important that I have a very decent machine. I won't say fastest in the world because I know you can never catch up. There's always something new coming out on the horizon, but at least a decent machine. And I got it at a very good deal. I mean, like Typhoon Systems is actually known for being they specialize in custom builds, and they don't rip you off. They are very, very careful with the pricing, and they are very, very generous, I will say. So when it comes to pricing, it's very competitive, and I've been a loyal customer since. I used to go to Cinema Square a lot, but now it's like let them handle. Their Typhoon Systems are like so good. Alright, so there's that as well. Also a shout out to the PPS or the Professional Photographers Association of Singapore. I'll talk about this later on. This is actually one of the associations I'm actually associated with. If you guys are new in photography and want to go into the business of photography, you want to check out this website. So I'll post up the link later on, but you know what? I'll just post up the link. Yeah, I'll post up the link later on. I'll talk more about PPS later. Okay. So today we're gonna share some of my behind the scenes. So I'm just gonna, this is very informal lah. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna share some of my previous works, and take note, these were done long time ago. We're gonna take you back all the way to 2000 and what year is this? 2015. Okay, we start with 2015 first lah. Okay, this is Mad Max Fury Road photo shoot. Okay, so back then when I first picked up the camera, I was actually a cosplay photographer. Yeah, no kidding. And I just shot cosplay for fun, right? But over time I realized that maybe there's something that can be done to monetize this. It's always about business, right? To survive, right? As a photographer who wants to go full time, you need to think of ways to make money and pay the bills. Money doesn't grow on trees, right? Then yeah, so this was still when I was still a primary school teacher, and I had free time, so I was just shooting cosplay for fun. So yeah, so let's just watch. Okay, so this this takes back a lot of memories. I mean, okay, so I'm just gonna walk you guys through some of the things that we did as part of this shoot, right? So, um, this is actually one of the first few times that my wife and I worked together. She is actually the makeup artist, one of the makeup artists for this shoot. We actually had a couple of others as well on set, and some of you guys may notice this girl in blonde hair. That's actually Taryn, one of my favorite models to work with. This is Psycho. Psycho is playing the role of Immortan Joe. So she was actually talent spotted by myself during the STGCC. I saw her costume. I was like totally blown away. I was like, wow, what the hell, man! And I know her for a while now, but this was actually the first time that I actually saw her costume like that really intrigued me. And I was like totally blown away how she looked exactly like the Immortan Joe character from Mad Max Fury Road. So this entire shoot was actually conceptualized by John Daegun from Johor Bahru, Malaysia. I can't find a footage of him, but he approached me and asked me like, hey, you're a fan of Mad Max Fury Road, right? Would you like to come on board and do a shoot? So I was like, okay, sounds interesting. And then he said that maybe you can have like like a collaboration with folks from Singapore and Malaysia. So we actually wrote in quite a bunch of people for the shoot, and it was quite fun. I enjoyed challenges back then, still do, but back then there was this challenge on how to go all out with your cosplay shoots. So I was like, yeah, let's do this, man. It sounds like a fun thing, right? We're gonna shoot from day to night, etc., etc. And oh my god, the logistics back then was insane. All right, there's a reason why I love my current lighting setup, because back then I was actually using let's see if I can find a shot of my lights. Okay, can you see the softbox in the back over here? Right, so this softbox, right, it's actually a very worn out softbox, but it was lit up by a Bowen's GM500 Esprit monolight. And the Bowens were considered the workhorses of their time, and unfortunately this was actually something that is a problem with them, because they require AC power. So in order to be powered on set, they need a generator, and we were shooting in this in Tuas, in the middle of nowhere. So there was literally no power socket whatsoever, and then we need to rely on a power generator, and the power generator needs to have inverter technology. So when you actually have an inverter technology, you will not blow your capacitors in your Bowen's lights. So the generator was this massive Honda E27, I think. I can't remember the exact brand name or model name. I mean the model make, I can't remember already. But it was a massive generator that was powered and fueled by diesel. So one, it's quite expensive to rent. The second thing is it's E30i, yeah, exactly. So it was a very very it was a hassle to bring around lah, and the fact that you need to pump gas or rather diesel into it, it just makes it even more risky, because we do not want to blow ourselves up. But yeah, we actually had the some diesel in a can as well on the van, so that just in case we need more power or we need more fuel. And then we actually had the smoke machine. The smoke machine was actually my first smoke machine. I over the course of the many years, I actually had 3 smoke machines. I'm trying to find a picture of it. There we go. Okay, this is a cheap China brand smoke machine. I don't even know what brand it was, but the model is F1200. In fact, I don't think there's a model. I bought it in Singapore, and we actually had this smoke machine for a while. 1 year later, it blew up. Then I bought another smoke machine, I think from the USA, and I completely forgot that Singapore is 240 volts and America is like 120 volts, something like that. So it overloaded and it exploded on day one. So that was like $200 gone. Then I bought the same smoke machine, but this time around they did some modification. So the F1200 is actually improved and it's a lot better now. So this is the one that I still use. Now a lot of people say that, hey, you can buy that aerosol atmosphere can, smoke in a can kind of thing. At $30 a pop in Singapore, I don't think it's worth it, because they do run out really fast. I mean, I tried some of them before. to do indoor shoots, and that's pretty much it. It's good for indoor shoots. If you go outdoor and shoot with it, the smoke will dissipate too fast, and this thing here can fill up 16 cubic something units. I don't know. Yeah, so this is actually able to work outdoors very well, but the only problem is that you need a generator because you can't have it power pack. It requires about 1200 watts of power lah. It's quite big and quite a hassle to bring around as well, but it's portable. There's a handle, you can hang it around and play around with it. So this is something that you guys may want to invest in if you want to have a smoke machine for your shoots. Yeah, look at it. It's just brilliant, right? This was when I was still shooting my Canon 5D Mark III. Oh my god. And to be honest, I'll be very honest, the Canon 5D Mark III is probably my most favorite DSLR camera. I've had my Sony A7R II for 5 years now. I like it, love it, but not as much as the 5D Mark III. The 5D Mark III is just a workhorse. It's just so dependable. A7R II, I guess I'm not a fan of EVF. When I shoot with OVF or optical viewfinder, I just feel that I'm in the shoot. I feel my own presence in the shoot. You know, you just feel there's this tactile presence within, and you just enjoy the shoot. But when I shoot with EVF, it doesn't matter whether it's a Sony A7R II or Fujifilm GFX 100 or whatever, but it just feels like I'm very disconnected from the shoot. I don't understand why, but that's just the way it is. Alright, so 5D Mark III is just brilliant. I tried the 5D Mark IV, it's good as well, but yeah, the 5D Mark III is probably my most favorite DSLR camera of all time. There's no competition there. And of course, if you want to talk about the next camera, I'll probably go Phase 1 lah. That one is a no-brainer. Phase 1 camera, once you try it, that's it. Every other camera feels like a toy. Yeah, so that's just the way it is. Yeah. Yes, Eugene, thank you. I don't really like EVF because I'm spoiled by the XF. So the Phase 1 XF is a single focal point on an OVF. It's just so good. Yeah, I can never get used to EVF. It just doesn't feel good in hand. Yeah. Hey, Ducheng, nice to see you. Yeah, so I mean, I don't want to start a war between brands, but it's just my personal preference, you know what I mean? Okay, so anyway, this is let's see, this is Venus Lim. Yeah, she is a very talented seamstress. She actually designed her entire costume from scratch, as well as a weapon and all that. She created everything, and this was actually one of the most fun things about shooting cosplays. You work with people who created their own props, and there's a sense of pride when it comes to shooting with them because everything starts from scratch. You don't buy them for Taobao or anything like that. It's there. Oh, okay, that's Taryn. Yeah, and this is Amanda. Amanda's one of my good friends as well. You guys probably have seen her in some of her shoots recently on my website. You know, she's in one of the power suits. Really, really fun to work with, and they're really game. I have to say this. If you notice, the colors back then are a bit off, quite funny also because and the clarity, you can see that there's a little bit of weird edging. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but there is all these weird edges that I didn't really mask up properly. That's because I was using Lightroom. Yeah, and I didn't know that I didn't know how to use Capture One back then, so I was using Lightroom. And clarity, as you guys know, it's good but it really creates a lot of weird artifacts at the edges, and there's that. And the noise is just there as an added effect because I actually want to have a film-like quality to the images. Okay, so yeah, this entire shoot was really fun. Yep. And I had to Photoshop hands inside. See, just to complete the look. Liquify is everybody's best friend. You can actually bring up the arm. Oh, weapon pinjam. Pinjam means borrow. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. You can't bring weapons across the course. So that was actually borrowed. It was built by someone. I can't remember who it was, but brilliant nonetheless. Okay. And this was really fun because we actually imagine what's it like if everybody actually found a green place. You guys probably have seen Mad Max Fury Road, and you probably know that none of these characters, except for maybe her and her, these two characters survived. I can't remember the name already, but these two characters survived. But these two died. He sacrificed himself with the trailer and something like that, and let the rest live. But this was just a reimagination, like what would happen if they survived the green, the journey to the green place, and it was just fun, just to come up with our own storyline, and really it was really fun. And look at that, this is my old school Vortex trigger. Now I'm using brown color. I do have a Godox setup, but that one's more for like basic sharing for workshops and things like that. But my workhorse is still brown color. I prefer brown color because the Cirrus L is just fantastic, and I also have a Move 1200L. They are power packs and they have internal batteries, so I can bring them around, and it's really easy to use. So this is my old setup. Sold them off a long time ago. Yeah, so it was really fun to shoot all this. We actually had no fire on set because it's just too risky, so everything that you see here is Photoshop in. Alright, this was before I was actually confident to shoot with fire, and of course eventually I did try, and I was inspired by DJRef. They did a short video on how to shoot with fire, and it led to my next cosplay shoot, which is the Rurouni Kenshin shoot, which I won't show because there's no BTS video behind it. But just to share with you guys, this was actually one of the first times I actually shot with fire. Okay, so if you're watching on Twitch and you're buffering on 1440p, maybe you can refresh because that could work, or you just down res. Some people, they complain that there's connection issues, but that's because I think everyone is now working from home, and it's the weekend, and Saturday is not always good for the internet. I don't know why lah. I really hope that My Republic will do that, because I've already resetted my router, resetted my ONT. There's still that issue with buffering, and apparently yesterday a lot of people complained on the internet that Twitch was problematic because, I don't know. Yeah, this is just beyond us lah. So if you down to 480, who put you? Where are you at? Are you in Singapore? I'm really sorry about that. Okay, so this is Mad Max Fury Road. You can check out some of the works on my website. I think yeah, I might have them still. Let's move on. Now I'm gonna share with you guys the shoot that really changed everything. The first pre-wedding shoot, which actually became viral. Okay, this is not a behind the scenes video, but it's just a what do you call that? A compilation of photos from that particular pre-wedding project. So this is actually our first commercial work. Okay, not commercial work, but our first commission work. And this couple, they're actually very much into The Walking Dead. They're good friends of ours. And back then I met them in NIE, and they decided to like hire us for this shoot. So this is what we did. This is where we combine cosplay and, well, elements of cosplay rather, and monetizing. So this was actually, oh, I just realized that this was actually a year before. Was it 2 years before the Mad Max Fury shoot? I can't remember. I think it should be lah. Yeah, so this is 2013, I think. Let's see.
Angel, angel, what have I done? I face the quakes, the wind, the fire. I've conquered country, crown and throne. Why can't I cross this river? Pay no mind to the battles you've won. It'll take a lot more than rage and muscle. Open your heart and hands, my son, or you'll never make it over the river. It'll take a lot more than words and guns, a whole lot more than riches and muscle. The hands of the many must join as one, and together we'll cross the river. Nature, nurture, heaven. It'll take a lot more than words and guns. Some are falling by their a whole lot more than riches and muscle. You conquer every mountain. The hands of the many must join as one, and together we'll cross the river. Brave the forest, brave. It'll take a lot more than words and guns. Brave and together we'll cross the river. And together we'll cross the river. Nature nurtured heaven and home. And together we'll cross the river. Nature nurtured heaven and home. And together we'll cross the river.
Yep. So this shoot was it was quite haphazard lah. To be honest, we didn't really comply with a lot of safety rules. We actually played with fire, and that was quite risky. I think this was the first pre-wedding shoot that actually employed fire, and we tried our best to keep it safe. This entire thing was all created by us right now. The props, everything. Cheap China toy that we bought, or rather I bought in what's that place? A-MEZ-ING, and it was like some plastic green thing, and I painted it, and I spray painted it, and then just give it some kind of weathering. Same for the AK-47 here, which was actually a toy gun. If you press it, there's gonna be lights and sound. So this was really fun because we actually had like a backstory for the zombies. Like this girl was going clubbing, and this is Suen. And then she got beaten and became a zombie, and you can see this Muslim lady, she was on the way back from the mosque with this other guy. See, this guy is in a baju kurung, and they got beaten by zombies, and then they kind of attacked the couple. And this story is actually the beginning of many, where I always, if you have been following my works, you probably realize that I like putting the female protagonists up front, like make the ladies more kick-ass, you know. We always see guys in the foreground being the heroes, but I want to have my Sarah here being the one to save the day. So she came and she rescued her husband-to-be for this pre-wedding shoot and eliminated everyone else. And these people, they are actually the bridesmaids and groomsmen. So, and of course there are some extras here who came on because they are bored and they just want to be part of this project. It was really fun. I totally enjoyed this. And back then we didn't think about, you know, getting contact lenses for the zombies, and I didn't think about photoshopping the eyes, but this was really one of the most fun shoots I ever had, to be honest. It was like the one that really opened doors, and I realized that, you know, we can actually turn this into a business and at the same time have fun. The blood was actually made of maple syrup, I think, and some kind of food coloring, I can't recall. Yep. We had Beverly and Zara doing it. All the detailing is crazy. It was quite funny because after the shoot was over and after I uploaded the photos, I realized that I forgot to Photoshop out the things that we used for this shoot. Yeah, so that was really fun. And the thing is, after the shoot was over, we actually had McDonald's, and I remember that, you know, everyone was still in the clothes, still in the costumes, and still with the makeup, and nobody bothered to clean up, and it was like a Halloween Horror Nights gone wrong, you know. Everyone's just walking out and stuff like that, and this was really fun. The props were all ours, but unfortunately the props all broke apart already, so we had to get rid of them. But Eugene, I think you probably, I mean Eugene Call, you probably agree with me. This is one of the most fun shoots ever. The last two of us. So this is a throwback to 2013. Yeah, 2013. Wow, shit, that was a long time ago. Yes, there's a lot of kerosene smell from the torch because we actually used kerosene to light up everything. So that was fun. Now I just want to share with you guys the other shoot that really defined who the Mezame is. This is I just want to share with you guys a little bit of background with regards to this shoot. This was the shoot that really changed everything, the way I view photography. This was actually when I met Eugene Go from Bronco Singapore as well. He introduced me to the Phase 1 camera, and I think I was one of the first few in Singapore to actually hold on and try out the Phase 1 XF IQ3 100 megapixel medium format camera, and also one of the first few in Singapore to actually try out the Bronco Series L. So this is the shoot that really changed everything, and then back in 2016, I couldn't afford any of this gear, of course, especially the Phase 1 camera, but the Bronco lights was something that I knew I wanted because this lighting system was actually perfect for me, because I was using Bowens and I was so fed up with the color accuracy, the fact I need to carry a bloody generator everywhere I go. I just wanted something that can be robust and lightweight and yet still, you know, being portable and all, and yet still being hardy enough to contain the knocks that I'm to handle the knocks that I'm probably gonna put it through, because those of you guys who have worked with me before, you probably know that we don't really practice care on shoot. We can be quite reckless, and the Cirrus L is just wonderful for that. So this is actually the shoot that changed and defined the way the Mezame does shoots from then. It's a collaboration shoot. It's not a paid shoot, but this was the one that really redefined us, because Eugene actually told me that, hey, I've seen your works. I'm gonna challenge you. Why not you do something that you always do, keep it all in camera, 90% in camera, and still recreate the elements of fire, smoke, and rain without using Photoshop. And I was like, what the hell, man? This guy is crazy. And back then, Eugene and I, we just got to know each other. So it was just because of Benjamin Von Wong, he actually brought us together. So he was saying that, this is something that you should try. And I was like, what, you crazy, man? Because I thought Photoshop would be the easiest way to go. But he said, no, you should try it, get it all right in camera. And I was thinking to myself, okay, lor. I don't know why I agree with this. Yeah, like what Eugene Kor says in Twitch, we don't do normal. Yes, exactly. That's our tagline back in the past. Now it's we don't do boring. Okay, because we decided to go like even more hardcore. But yeah, this shoot actually changed everything, and it has stuck onto me. Although it's like 4 years old now, but I still go back and look at this shot and feel that this is probably my best work to date. Okay, so I'm just gonna share with you guys now. Enjoy. Yep, so this was the shoot that really changed my perspective on photography. You guys can see the amount of crazy toys that we had for this particular shoot, ranging from the lights to the cameras. In fact, you guys probably noticed that at the end there was actually a Hasselblad on the shoot as well. Okay, there was a Hasselblad H3D. This was a shoot that was sponsored by Bronco Singapore. And Eugene was kind enough to lend me all this gear. It's insane, right? We had the Cirrus L, we had the Move 1200L power pack, and this entire setup here for the lights alone, when I shot with these lights back then, I realized that holy cow, this is what I want, this is what I need. And yeah, so 4 years down the road, sorry, not 4 years down the road, I think it was 2018, 2 years down the road, I realized that I have enough, I'm gonna buy it. So I started with the Cirrus L. I bought a 800 and a pair of 400s outdoor kit. And 2019, was it 2019 or 2020? I can't remember. Wow, time flies, man. I think it was late 2019. I bought the Move 1200L power pack. Now it took me about 4 years to actually buy the lights that I wanted. I still don't have the Para 88. I wish I have that, but I'm looking at the Para 133. But maybe that 199. But yeah, then I decided one day that Phase 1 camera would be mine as well. I'll probably get it, but not so soon. That camera costs a lot. Nikki Chich asks, any recommendations for affordable light? Well, you can always go for Godox. Godox quite cheap, yeah, affordable. But if you guys want something that lasts long, you need to invest lah. I'll always recommend brown color. Eugene, no, this Rainer shoot was 2016. I remember because I did it the year I quit teaching. Eugene says you do not need a para. Yes, I know, but it's nice to have. But that was another time lah. When I actually have it, but have the means to do it. Right now, I just can't spend lah because of COVID and all that, right? But it's so beautiful. If you guys look at the quality of the para, yeah, you can see this is really beautiful. It's just perfect. There's a quality of light that you just can't well, I don't know how to put it lah, but once you see it, you love it lah. Yeah, so Godox is quite affordable. So Nikki Chich, if you are starting out, you can invest in Godox lighting. Yongno also, but I think the most important thing you need to remember is what do you want to shoot, and think of it as a means to accomplish the kind of shots that you want. So let's say, for example, if you're trying to shoot outdoor and all that, you need something more powerful than a certain speed light. Speed lights, they don't have enough power. The GN value is just too low, and you just can't overpower the sun, and you probably not enjoy the shoot. Look for features that actually help. If you want to really overpower the sun, for example, you want to shoot outdoors and you still want to have fill-in shadows and things like that, while having the sky and the sun and all that in the shot, you probably need something with a power pack, something that's strong enough. Yeah, so there's that. I don't really have models per se to recommend, but brands wise, yeah, you can look at Godox and yeah. Yeah, Eugene was saying that, yeah, we jet the lights, colors not done in Photoshop. Yep, the colors that you see here are all because of color gels. I didn't really have much to edit for Photoshop. In fact, the only thing that I added here is the cloak. The cloak is the only thing that's Photoshop and a little bit of the flames, but otherwise everything is real. That's crazy. And I remember that Eugene gave me like only 5 days to get all the images out. Or is it less? I think less than that. He challenged me that it was like one challenge after another lah. Well, I tell you what, that one is insane. But this is my most iconic shot. So Raina, if you're watching, thank you so much for being my wonderful model for this shoot. It was actually the first time I actually worked with her. So both of us had no expectations. We just want to do something really cool, and when we saw the shots, we were like, whoa. Okay, so this is my wife. She's a professional cloak tosser. That's the Phase 1 XF. We had quite a crew. We had Sean Padman, Sean Verghese, Raymond, Zahara, of course, Eugene Call is on the top floor with the rain, so he's not featured. You can see the rain is actually created by Eugene himself. We have Eugene Go here. We have UK Chung as one of our technical advisor. Henry and Kai were both in charge of behind the scenes. So this fire thing was actually real. We actually used a pipe that's connected to a metallic funnel that's holding a grate or something like a barbecue grate, and then we actually had like a what do you call that, coffee mate or something. We had lots of coffee mate because coffee mate actually burns, but we didn't take into account that when coffee mate burns, the sugar inside also burns and becomes caramel, and these things became our biggest limitation for the shoot. So during the shoot, we actually had problems with the fire, because first of all, there's the fact that we're shooting in this small space between two buildings, and there was a lot of wind vortex, and the wind vortex actually caused the fire to go haywire, and it was too risky to do some shots. So we spent, I think, about 4 hours for this shoot. 4 hours to get the shot right, and make sure that everything is perfect. We do have fire safety, of course. The security people were aware. We have fire extinguishers, we have fire hose. We really put all the stops for this one and make sure that everything is covered in terms of safety. So that was okay. I think that the thing that makes it challenging was really the wind vortex lah. So in the end, for 4 whole hours, we only managed to get 4 shots that I think were good. So I had to explain to Reina a few times like, hey, I'm really sorry, but we need to try again. And I think she was very tired at the end, but it was worth it lah. The shots came out really fantastic. Back then I didn't know much about shooting tethered, so I shot everything on the phase one, and then we had to look at the back screen and then look at the shots and then figure out what could be done better or how we can improve the shot and things like that. So that was that lah. It was really good. This entire shoot was really fun. I really enjoyed the shoot. So Eugene, if you're watching this, thank you so much for the opportunity. This shoot actually changed the way I do things. I realized that it's a lot faster if I can get things done in camera. Even the rainwater, see, this is how we use that pipe thing. We actually built it with sprinklers and it actually works. Yeah, so for the fire, Sean had to blow really hard, and I think he almost got asthma after that. So this is the cosplay shoot with Final Fantasy 13 Lightning by Reina Cosplay, and in collaboration with Bronco Singapore. So it was really fun. Oh my god, I'm turning to Claudio. I'm saying it really fun a lot of times. Okay, so next one. Okay, so over time, from time to time, I do revisit shooting cosplays, but getting less and less. But there's one shoot that we managed to convince a couple, and this one also redefined how Mezame is known for its shoots. We actually turned this into a viable commercial project, and this became a nice follow-up to the pre-wedding shoot that we did with zombies for Maisara and Hanan. This was in 2016. Shortly after the Reina shoot, we were engaged by this couple, Alexander. Is it Alexander? Oh no, Alvin and Alexis. Sorry, Alvin and Alexis. They came back and they said they got back to us in an email because they asked us about our pricing and all that. So I gave them my rates, and then after that they said that could you help us recreate our love story? I'm like, okay, sure. Come on, what is it gonna be like? So she said, I think Alvin was the one who communicated with me. He said that he met the wife to be in Diablo 3, and myself and Zara, my wife, we are both very big fans of Diablo franchise, and we do play Diablo 3 ourselves, and we love the concept that they're coming up with. They said that please recreate the shots as though this is the first time I'm meeting my wife in the game. So we had to recreate scenes from the game, and we actually had to hire Neo Tokyo Project to build the costumes, and we actually had them wear the costume and all that. And for what I understand, I think the couple actually messaged us after the shoot. They said that they're really happy with the shots, and they actually put the armor in a casing, and now everyone who walks into the house, they can see the armor and the weapons. So it's really epic lah, and everything is made of foam, but it looks really good. And I think it was also the same year that Victoria Concert Hall said that we are not allowed to shoot in the concert hall, so I couldn't bring my clients to the location. So we had to shoot them in the studio, fully in studio, and Photoshop them into the location. So I actually went to Victoria Concert Hall and pretended to be a tourist and shot everything separately. I even went to I don't know whether I should say this. I even went to St. Andrew's Cathedral and shot the interior of the building, and then just tell people I'm just a tourist and shot for fun. But they were actually backplates for this shoot, so I'm just gonna share you guys what the behind the scenes look like. Okay, so this is Revenge of the Nephilim, featuring Alvin and Alexis. Alvin, I think, just to share with you guys, maybe I'll do it later. Okay, let's just watch this first. Okay, and today we have a special shoot with Alvin and Alexis. They are doing their Diablo team pre-wedding shoot, and we have help from the Neo Tokyo project. We have Jason and Joey, and we have the team behind today's shoot, Yara Mezame, including myself. And here they are.
So these costumes are the Demon Hunter and the Crusader from Diablo 3. These were created for Alvin and Alexis, who are the wedding couple. They are very big Diablo fans. They're very passionate about the game.
Amazing! Although like Mezame was really evil because he wanted to make me take photos over and over again. All the tough poses. And hear his evil laughter.
Great people do my costumes and great people do the shoot for us, so very excited to see the photos.
Yeah, so this was this was one of the more fun shoots that we actually had in the studio because we really pulled out our stops for this one. Alexis Alexis was really fierce. I mean, she really pulled off the role of the Demon Hunter really well. It was a really easy work for her. I was telling her, you have the expression, the fierce expression, the serious expression. She was like that. But then again, that's because she's a lawyer lah. So I guess that's why she's easy to play into the role, of being serious. Alvin's a banker, I remember, and it's quite amazing to see how we transform a banker and a lawyer into this kind of fantasy characters. And I really enjoy this entire shoot because we really had to play a lot of imagination and actually went all out to get the shots. I mean, like for example, let me just scroll to real quickly. Oops. Let's see. Okay, so you can see this shot, right? These are sand dunes. They are real. Okay, and the moon was actually real because I actually shot it. I mean, it's not that size, of course. I shot it in Malaysia, Malacca. So I went for a trip, and this is actually the floating mosque above the sea, and I've fixed it up so that it looks like it's part of Lut Golin in Diablo universe. So this is something that we tried. Also, we actually created this board thing with color gels and shot it against smoke to recreate as if Alvin is actually inside the church or something like that. And we also had a lot of fun, like telling them, okay, just imagine and pretend that you are holding a torch. So in order to have the hand grasp something, we actually had him hold on to this rolled up paper, and then it was eventually replaced with actual torch. So this was actually photoshopped in, of course. But yeah, even the background also is photoshopped in. This was actually, I think, VCH, Victoria Concert Hall as well. And if you guys notice that this was back in 2016 and I was still quite clueless about how to use Capture One properly, the interface was still crap. I had no idea how to set up the interface properly to make it more efficient. Still trying to convert myself from being Lightroom to Capture One. So this is how it used to be. And I think back then I was still working on catalog lah. Was it session? I think session already, session. Yeah, so session is actually the best way to go shooting tethered. So okay, this was actually the first time I shot tethered as well. So this was really the game changer. So you can see the cable, but back then I wasn't using a very good cable, so some of the shots didn't come through, and I had to reshoot. But that was a learning point. And if you guys notice, whenever I do shoots, right, it's always an evolution to the next step. So everything that I made mistakes here, I learned from them, and I just eventually made them into key learning points where I experiment and try to do something else in the future and avoid those mistakes and make them better, make the next shoot better. So in this case, I had to like really direct Alvin to shout and scream and pretend that there's the Diablo, and this Diablo is actually a real toy figurine. About, I think it's by NECA. It's about this tall. It's somewhere in the storeroom, but I managed to get it off carousel, and it was quite rare to find, but I paid quite a hefty amount for it, but it's worth it. Yeah, so we also had this jail cell kind of thing, so it looks like a real thing with smoke coming through. Yeah, so Alex is so perfect for the role. She's so fierce, and Alvin is like just playing in a role as a crusader, and they're both just enjoying themselves. Oh, this shot here, I have a story to tell. So the first time I sent the photo book out for print, and I print overseas, so when it first arrived, the prints actually came out crap because all the shots were actually too dark and all that. Even here, you can see that it's really a little bit underexposed. But back then I was using Dell monitors, and they were like, the brightness is a bit off and it wasn't properly calibrated. I was using Spider 4 back then. Calibration wasn't done properly, and I guess the colors are off. So when I sent for print, it just didn't come out good. So I had to send for reprint twice. And that actually made me realize that I need to have a better solution when it comes to colors and printing. And so the shorter solution was really to shoot everything as they are and print everything with 2 stops above. And that didn't make sense because some of the shots with highlights will actually be blown out, and they will look terrible. So eventually I had to look for another way of getting my colors and brightness correct in post. So moving on, I actually met Siti Rohana from AZO APEC, and she was having an event alongside Bronco Singapore for Phase 1 and AZO. And I think it was a Tony Hewitt's event, and that was when I first laid eyes on the AZO Color Edge monitors, and I think that was the CG277. So she was sharing with me that, wow, this one got self-calibrated, it can calibrate itself, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh my god, marketing talk. But then I realized that when they printed out, because I think Epson was there as well. And I remember the guy Sandrick was there, and he was sharing with me that when you print from a properly calibrated monitor, this is what you get. And I look at the print that he did of Tony Hewitt's work, and I look at the screen, and it was the same. And I realized that this was exactly what was missing from my workflow. And I was like, this is not a shout out to AZO or anything, but it's just that I realized the need for a properly calibrated monitor. And then after that I found out the price. So AZO monitor not so affordable. So I realized that okay, probably have to save up again. So over the years I shot again and again, but I even realized that the need was even more so when I shot Rainer with Lightning, because I was actually editing on Eugene's monitor on the, I think he was using a CG279 or 277, sorry, 277, the older one, and I realized that this is what I needed, a properly calibrated monitor that's able to calibrate itself and come up with accurate colors. So eventually, when I printed out the images, right, it looked good lah. I mean, like right now I think last year Shoot KL, they printed out Rainer shot on the wall, and I looked at it, I was like, this is exactly like how it's supposed to be. And that really changed my view towards monitors. And now I'm a proud owner of a EZO monitor, and I'm also the Southeast Asia ambassador for EZO as well. And I can really say with total conviction that EZO monitors is really the best when it comes to color accuracy. So if you guys can afford it, if you guys can are looking for something that is gonna last very long with great support, as well as a great monitor that can always calibrate by itself. They do have a built-in calibrator device. Look no further than EZO. It's really good. Okay. But yeah, so this is just a little bit of a backstory on what happened. So you can see that most of the Diablo shots are really dark. So imagine what happens when I post them up and it's just so bad. Everything on print was just dark. Yeah, so like what Freddy Photo says, most important is the EZO monitor calibrates itself based on current viewing conditions. So let's say, for example, right now, I want to calibrate according to this lighting setup. It'll just do it accordingly. And if I were to calibrate later on, it will, when I change the lighting colors and all that, or turn on my ceiling light, then it'll be like that as well. It'll be different. And most importantly is that in the event that you forget to calibrate your EZO monitor, it will automatically schedule up your next calibration point, and it will calibrate for you automatically. So you don't even have to touch your monitor. Even when your monitor is on standby mode, like when you turn it off or anything like that, it will just turn on by itself, calibrate quietly, save it as a profile, turn off, and then after when you turn on next time, it will just give you a report and say that, oh, we calibrated for you already. So this is something that's really awesome. It really gives you a peace of mind, and no other monitor brand can do this. So this is something that you guys need to consider next time. Alright? So yeah, that's Diablo for you. So we actually had posters, of course, for our pre-wedding projects. We always give our clients posters A1 size, and this is partially the reason why I upgraded the Sony A7R II. I needed the megapixels for the A1 prints. Not much difference from the 5D Mark III when it comes to printing, to be honest, but there's that extra bit that you can see in terms of details. So it's worth it. So this entire shoot was really a challenge in itself to get the locations. See, this is St. Andrew's Cathedral. We actually shot it inside the studio. We had the Diablo shot at home, the couple in the studio, shot separately, of course, and we had the backplate from St. Andrew's Cathedral, and this was it. And I think this was the shot that really made me convince myself to switch over to Capture One, because I used a Keystone perspective fixer, and I actually got it perfectly aligned, I think, back then. So I was very happy, and everything looks good. Because I actually shot the backplate without a tripod. Not allowed to bring a tripod inside the church. So yeah. Anyway, if you guys have any questions with regards to any of my previous shoots, yeah, feel free to ask. I got one last shoot to share with you guys. This is the one that really changed the way I did composites. Okay, so this is Wraith featuring Kyo cosplay. No, the demon is a toy, Kevin. It's not a cosplayer. No one here is able to be that thin. Okay, so I'm just gonna share with you guys the behind the scenes for one of our latest cosplay shoots. I think this was probably the last cosplay shoot I've done in a while. Right? Yep. So this one here was one of our last few shoots with regards to cosplay, but it was actually the first one of the first few times I actually try out something where we actually combine elements from the plugin Infinite Texture Panel. Some of you guys may have heard of it before, and this is actually like a backplates using CGI and all that, and tossing it all together and trying to get the lighting right. So one of the things that I learned for this shoot is that I actually incorporated like lighting effects, so you guys can see that all this is actually photoshopped in the light to match whatever lighting is here, including the gun, everything. So this is also where I applied realistic shadows, so it looks more there's weight to it instead of like just floating. So this is actually how I work on it. So this was actually another step in the learning process for photography and composites. And I had to make sure that with the lights we used, or the lighting we used, actually gave the illusion that she's really at this small room with the ventilator in the back. So everything that happened in behind the scenes was supposed to match to the final output in terms of lighting. So this is actually another way of my personal learning. This wasn't a commercial shoot, but I'm just doing it because I wanted to learn something new in terms of lighting and composites. Okay. Maybe I just share one more. Actually, to be honest, this one nothing much to share lah. It's just CGI, composite, and play color gels and things like that. Oh, fun story. So with regards to this shoot, if you notice, right, we had a lot of color gels in the shots and things like that. We kind of set up, we kind of added additional lights from the studio. This was shot at McPherson Studio, and we had brown color lights from my own side, and we also had support from some of the Godox lights in the studio. So to recreate some of the lights, because I didn't have enough, I need more lights, right? I put color gels inside the softbox, and after the shoot was over, we kind of forgot to take out the color gels. So really sorry, Razin, if you're watching this, because his next customer walked into the studio, tried out the gels, and then tried the softbox, and realized that the color gels were inside and the colors were off, and he couldn't figure out. He thought it was a camera problem. He thought it was a white balance problem. Then after that, he realized that, oh, inside the softbox there's a blue color gel, and yeah, Zig, that was you. You're supposed to take out the color gel. You say, oh yeah, all the color gels are out already. But yeah. Also my fault lah, because I didn't check for you. So this is it. I got two more. Sorry, let me see. There's one studio. There's one more shot. Okay, this one is one last one lah. Star Wars. Okay, so this is Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker. I just want to share this because this is one of the more enjoyable cosplay shoots as well. So this was one of the last few cosplay shoots also that we did. I think this was the second last one. I just love Star Wars. and Hervey is such a wonderful character to play with because he's so versatile. He's one of my favorite male models. he can play easily roles like Jack Black. He does look like Jack Black after all. Yeah. So Alvin is the guy behind the Kylo Ren mask. Very very easy guy to work with as well. And I love the fact that he's always very game to try out so many things. I've worked with him a couple of times as Kylo Ren as well. So that's that. This was shot in McPherson Studio as well, and this is my go-to studio if you probably realized by now. I love coming back to McPherson Studio again and again and again. Okay, so I think some of you guys were probably wondering like how do I do my live streams? So I'm just gonna share with you guys real quickly how I do my live stream. So before that, I'm just gonna do a quick presentation on some of the gear that I use. You know what? I'm just gonna drag it here. Okay, so let's see. I realize that this is not gonna work well. Let me just okay, you guys probably will be able to see, yeah, the presentation. Good. Yeah, it's working. All right. You know how PowerPoint is when it comes to dual screens, it just can get very messy. But anyway, just a quick presentation on how I do my live stream. So you guys probably know that the Amazing Live Show is a personal project that kind of evolved over time. It became what it is today, but not without the help of certain gear and equipment. So my main streaming gear is a Blue Yeti. It's a USB device that's connected to my PC, and I have a Soundbuster X Katana. Sorry, not Katana. Luckily I didn't say the Hokkien vulgar word. So the Katana is actually my audio feedback speaker. I can use a headset, but I don't like headsets because my ears, yeah, it can get very warm. Camera wise, I use 3 cameras. Sony A6500 with Elgato Camlink 4K, which allows me to feed my HD MI cable into a USB port through a converter. It's actually a hardware device. I'll show you guys later. I also have a Logitech C922 for a Zoom Pro or interview cam. This was donated by one of my fans, so I'm very grateful for it. I also have a Razer Kyo as a static studio cam. So if you guys see, this is a studio cam by Razer Kyo. I think it's a bit overexposed. I kind of need to tone it down a little bit. Let me just bring it down. There we go. Okay, so this is a scene from Razer Kyo. Again, this is the scene from the Logitech C922, and this is the scene from the Sony A6500 connected to the Camlink 4K. So I have 3 cameras running concurrently that I can switch through using the Stream Deck hardware piece. Okay, so then after that I have my speakers and monitors. I use a Azocolor HCG279X as well as the Wacom Cintiq Pro 24-inch. Oh wait, this speaker is supposed to be later. I don't know why it's there. I'm supposed to remove it. Never mind, I'll change it later. Switch. I use an Elgato Gaming Stream Deck. This is the one. This device here allows me to actually switch between scenes on my Streamlabs OBS. Lens wise, on the A6500, I actually use the 1635 GM. Yeah, I only have GM lenses for Sony and a single macro lens from Sigma. Yeah. So lighting wise, you can see that I actually have set up the aperture HR672. I think this is the C, and then the W is behind with color gel. For backlighting, I have 2 field Cam-B lights here. I have a pair of Yongnuo YN362s here as well, which I will show you guys later. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, so streaming software wise, I use streaming output. For streaming output, I use Streamlabs OBS. Now a lot of people prefer to use the OBS software, the original one, but Streamlabs OBS is a lot better because it's highly integrated into Twitch as well as Facebook, and it has a chat bot that works concurrently with it and allows you to have people like Jarvis. Jarvis is actually helping me out with my channel. There's also a lot more things you can do with it. You can collect donations and things like that. A huge community for Twitch streamers by the way of Streamlabs OBS. They created themes and modules or widgets that you can apply to your panels as well as your Twitch stream and all that. Okay, and all this is possible only using Streamlabs OBS. For my interview software, you guys have seen me doing interviews online. I use Zoom Pro. Zoom is a free account that allows you to have sessions of video conferences for up to 45 minutes, I think, or 40 minutes. but Zoom Pro will allow you to have it for I think 10 hours or so, but there's no way I'm gonna stream for 10 hours, so there's that. Photo editing software, when I do my retouching and editing and virtual workshops, I use Capture One Pro 20 as well as Adobe Photoshop CC. Now some of you guys probably wondering why am I not using Lightroom? Well, Capture One is just better in so many ways, and I can share with you guys why in a future episode as well. Audio editing software, I use Audacity when I create my trailers and stuff like that. Audacity is just so easy to use, and this is for video editing is Final Cut Pro when I create my trailers as well. So Facebook allows you to stream at 1080p if you follow the level up program, which I'll show you guys later. Twitch will allow you to go up to 1440p, and both of them will be streaming at 60 frames per second. So it's got to be smooth and steady and still have high quality. So this is why I prefer to use these two platforms. I can go to YouTube as well, but I prefer Facebook because that's where most of everyone is. And Twitch is just perfect because there's a community of photographers there as well, artists, but unfortunately most of them are in Americas, and I just want to be like, not say trendsetter lah, but I just want to be the first one to do something like this. I mean, how often do you find a Twitch streamer who does photography talk shows, right? From Singapore. So yeah, there's that. Go to places for buying gear. You can go to Bronco Singapore Private Limited. You can get lights, photography gear. Video gear is available there as well, so you can check it out. I also buy secondhand goods on Carousel, but please be very careful because there are a lot of people who are scammers and you end up having a Carousel experience instead. Lazada is also pretty good. You can get some cheap stuff there as well from China. Although to be honest, right now because of COVID-19, it can be quite difficult to get some gear from China because it does take some time. Amazon also can be a solution, but again, because of shipping, it can be quite slow as well. And for custom PCs, I just go to Typhoon Systems, and in fact I always go to them for all my gear. Like for example, the Stream Deck I buy from them. They help me secure it. Bronco Singapore sells cheap and affordable LED lights like this as well, so there's that. But yeah, I have 3 webcams. So I have the Sony A6500 here connected to my Camlink 4K. You can see it over here by Elgato Gaming. This is my Razer Kyo. It's the back camera. It's connected by a long 5-meter USB cable, so it's connected all the way to my PC. And this is my Logitech C922, which is connected to my Zoom on a permanent basis. Okay, so this is what I stream with. Okay, so PC specs. Some of you guys are wondering what my computer is like under the hood. So basically, my monitor is a Color Edge CG279X. You guys probably heard about it. It's wonderful for color accuracy. CPU wise, I use a Ryzen Threadripper 2950X. I know it's quite old already, but it has 16 core and 32 threads on a MSI X399 Carbon Gaming Pro Carbon AC motherboard. And this is really good because you need multi-threading for streaming. You won't suffer from lag. I'm not sure about Intel systems, but from what I understand, Ryzen systems are built for streaming and gaming. I could be wrong, but from what I read, seems like that's the case. Okay, RAM wise, I go for 64 so I can run Photoshop, Capture One, stream everything and without having lag. Initially I started with 16, then went up to 32, then 64. I'm like, screw it, just go all the way. Maybe I'll upgrade again to 128 and I'll see how it goes. Coolant wise, I use a Curry Rig. This one is actually able to keep my CPU cool, so I wouldn't have problems with heat. I use a lot of SSDs. To be honest, these SSDs and hard disk drives are not the complete list because I kind of forgot what else I put inside. Funny story, when I sent my machine for upgrading in the past, I actually said that, I need another hard drive inside because I ran out of hard disk. Then Gordon from Typhoon System said that, dude, you got a 4TB here which you have not used yet. And I was like, really? I completely did not realize that I had another 4TB hard disk inside, and yeah, I didn't really care. But anyway, speaker, yep, Sound Blaster X Katana. Casing wise, I use a Fractal Design Define R6, which is a very small case, and in order to power everything up, it uses a Seasonic Prime 1300 watt gold PSU. So PSU wise is very important. There are a lot of color ranges, not color ranges, quality ranges. There's bronze, silver, gold, platinum. I think gold is more than enough. And this is actually a recommendation by Typhoon, so I trust them. and I know they wouldn't oversell me or anything, and they know that this is actually the perfect ones. Yeah, these are recommended. Okay. Input devices, I got myself a Logitech G502 Hero, very accurate mouse. Razer Huntsman Elite, very easy to use. I love the mechanic keyboard. The Huntsman Elite is just perfect, and it has additional, like volume wheel, so it's really good. I can use it for all my what do you call that, live stream, because I do play Spotify in the background when I first start the live stream. Okay, so these are my settings for Streamlabs OBS. Okay, so for those of you who are wondering how I stream to both Facebook and Twitch, it's because of the enable multi-stream setting here. Okay, and in order to actually have a smooth bitrate, smooth video at 1440p, I need to make sure that I have set the video bitrate to 3500 kilobytes per second. Now I prefer to use simple because I don't want to think too much. Some advanced users may go into advanced window and then do a lot of changes and things like that, but I'm not really interested in those because I just want things to be done fast, and I'm not really particularly fond of toying with a lot of things. And believe me, having done this for like 20 plus episodes of the Amazing Live Show, the last thing I want is to break something. And yeah, it's just annoying lah when things break and I have to fix something else. And the problem with live streaming is that when you fix something else will break. It's just the way it is. It really sucks. Yeah, not really a fan of fixing things lah. Especially when my live streaming, I'm doing it like 3 times a week now. So there's that as well. Yeah, exactly. Zig Murphy. So Murphy will come into the show once in a while and he will literally screw everything over. And it really sucks because this is it's just most unfortunate, wait, I'm actually doing something right. Just give me a second. I want to show you guys something, but I kind of closed the window accidentally. Whoa, where did you go? Crap. Okay, there we go. Okay, Windows set already. Yeah, so Murphy always screws something up and everything changes and I have to fix something else. But otherwise, these are the perfect settings. Everything is supposedly good right now, and I can also record, but I also don't want to record at the same time, because when I record and stream at the same time, I might just tax the CPU more, so I don't want to do that as well. Audio settings is like this. I actually have my desktop audio feed directly to my Sound Blaster Katana, and my microphone is set to Yeti, so there's no issue with regards to audio. It's clearly separated. I try not to use headsets because it's not comfortable, so the Yeti is actually perfect. And the Yeti is actually I actually had a wind cut and a pop filter attached to it, so it does give you this nice quality audio, which is not present if you use an onboard mic. And here's the thing about live streaming: you need to have really good audio as well as visuals, because audio is half the battle one. You need to have really good audio and make sure that everyone who's watching will enjoy it. And right now it's 2020. If you are still streaming at 720p and below, damn sad, Okay, so try to go for 1080p minimum. Try to go max if possible, but try to maintain the bitrate so that you will not have losses in videos or choppy videos. One good way I like to do to test is I run in between episodes. Okay, so the Amazing Live Show has got this episodic format, right? But in between episodes, I'll run test runs, and I'll invite people to come on board and just chat with me randomly in the middle of the night, something like that. Some of you guys have probably been on it as well. This is just to test certain things. Stress testing is very important before I actually go live, especially when I bring people onto the show, and I need to make sure that everything is working fine before I bring them onto the show. So the most important thing that you need to remember as a live streamer is that everything that you mess up live will be viewed by everyone else. So let's say if I screw up right now, which I will definitely will later on when I show you the next part, it just looks clumsy. So you gotta make sure that everything looks good. A lot of people have suggested going Zoom all this to do live stream, but it's not sleek. Here I have like a talk show package, so it's kind of cool and I like it. so that was that, and the very fact that you have a quality setup will actually give you more opportunities. Like for example, I actually had Sales Chong join us for one of our episodes. And in an upcoming episode, we're gonna have Earthracker as well. So these are big names in the photography industry. And you know, if you have a very shoddy looking live streaming platform, it's not gonna look good. Yeah. So try to make it look as professional as possible. I'm not saying that go all out and make it look pro. You know, even for myself also, I probably still have got improvements to be made. Compared to other seasoned live streamers or professional live streamers who do it all their lives, you know, or how many years already. This is just something I cook up and I think it looks good for now. Maybe I'll change it up again and modify it and make it look better in the future, but we'll see how it goes. But otherwise, try to get your video and audio set correctly. So if you notice, I'm actually resolution wise, I'm actually streaming at 1440, so you can get 1440p, but it will still be downsampled to 1080p on Facebook. Another thing I like to share is that let's say for example, if you have friends in other countries like Indonesia or Malaysia and you want to reach out to all these people there, ask them come onto your stress testing episodes and then just do a quick test with them. Let them know what you're looking for. Like for example, like I get friends to tell me, are you receiving choppy video? Is the audio okay? Is the feed alright? Do you have the ability to go to 1440p? And if so, can you view it on your mobile device? Because a lot of people these days, they don't use computers, they don't use laptops, they use handphones or mobile phones or mobile devices like the iPad or iPhone or even Android devices. If you're into that sort of thing. iOS for the win, man. But anyway, if you guys are able to do that, you can actually ask them to check whether the footage is alright, the feed is still perfectly fine on a mobile device. Because if you don't realize it, your mobile devices will not be able to play your streams and they're going to suffer and people will just stop watching and you're going to lose your audience. And there's a lot of people out there watching via live streaming via mobile devices, so there's that as well. So it's good to have a team. Having a team like in my case, I have moderators, I have Zik, I have Kaito Des, and I have Musi Shuffler helping me out with my live stream. I'm looking at someone else to join the team as well to help me moderate the channel even more. Because you know I don't want to text everyone and just looking for one. So if you're interested, just let me know if you want to help moderate the channel. I always stream twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. and Saturdays at 5 p.m. And this is another thing I want to talk about. It's very important to actually have a schedule of when you want to stream. So in my case, I'll show you guys later on the Twitch panel. Okay, I actually have a schedule set up so you guys will know when I'm coming online. Okay. For those people who are wondering how to get 1080p on Facebook, you need to join the Level Up program. This is the way to stream to Facebook at 1080p. If let's say for example, you have a business page, a Facebook business page that's already verified, it will make the process a lot easier. The main drawback with this is that if you join the Level Up program, you're gonna have to create a gaming video creator page, and you'll be identified as a gamer, which kind of sucks. I mean, like, I'm not a gamer. I do play games, but I don't play games and stream. I'm a photographer and I stream my photography talk show. So people who are watching will see this weird thing that says you're playing a game, and you'll probably be flooded with gaming streams and all that, you know, if you follow my page and all that. But it's just the only way to get 1080p. The other thing is it can be quite a difficult way to join the Level Up program if you do not have a business page. I think there's a way to do it for a profile page, but I'm not sure about that because I can only do it once on my Facebook page. You don't have to pay for it, but you need to be a registered company. You need to have ACRA registration. You need to have a GST ID. You need to have a PayPal account so that when people buy you stars, they can actually, you know, give you tips and donations. So this is the only way to get 1080p at 60 FPS. But the main problem is you will be identified as a gamer and you'll be flooded with a lot of gaming streams, and it can be quite a big problem. I don't really fancy those ads either, but well, gotta live with those, right? It can be quite difficult also to get approval, so you have to wait, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, but this actually allows you to get 1080p at 60 FPS, so that's pretty good. Okay, now if you want to stream to Instagram from your desktop and use a professional camera or a mirrorless camera or DSLR or whatever that's connected to your computer, you need to have yellowduck.tv. Now this is free of charge. You can stream straight away to Instagram from your desktop, from your PC, from your Mac. Oh, sorry. Yeah, from Mac as well. But I think Streamlabs OBS is limited to Windows. There's a beta version for Mac, so that could be a problem as well. So you probably have to use OBS or something like that. The main drawback with this is that you need to use you need to be aware that when you stream, you're gonna be at 9:16. You can't have widescreen. It's gonna be like, you know, mobile phone device style. Another problem that I encountered with streaming to Instagram from desktop is that you'll not be able to receive Instagram notifications. You'll not be able to see the chat program. You cannot bring people into your show and things like that unless you use Zoom, you know, and you do a dual screen and you just hot load everything onto Streamlabs, which I'm doing right now. So there's that lah. It's quite clunky, but you can get high quality video. But in my opinion, it's kind of pointless lah. So I tried once, like it for a bit, but then realized that it's not worth it. It's a problem in the end. I'd rather just stick to the Instagram app on the phone. Okay, so there's that. But this one is good if you're showing something off your desktop. But you just gotta make sure that you're streaming at 9:16 aspect ratio. You'll not be able to see the sides. Everything will be cut off, and well, there's that. Okay. Okay. So next, just want to show you guys something else. Let's say, for example, you can't afford a lot of gear for live streaming, and you really need to do live streaming right now. And I know for a fact that Challenger shops, retail stores everywhere in Singapore is pretty much running low on supply for webcams. So you can actually rent out from places like Camera Rental Center. Okay, so this is a quick prezzo on what they offer. So they do have live streaming packages available for rent. First of all, there's the Rode NTG one with Zoom H6 and Dex 10. Now, there are pros and cons about this. Of course, pro is, well, it's usually costly, but this time you can get it at rental fees, so it's a lot more cheaper. The con is, for me, I prefer having an arm, okay, like this, because I tend to put my hand on the keyboard and I tap a lot. That's my fault lah, okay. But here, if you have an arm, that'll be good. The only con I have here that I can share with you here is that it has a desk stand that you can put on the table. So if you tap your table a lot of times, you're gonna screw up your audio. So be careful of that. I have this bad habit. So if you don't have that habit, you're fine. Okay, so the Zoom H6 actually acts like a mixer, so you can actually see the H6 over here. And it's always good to have an audio interface as hardware, because it takes the load off your computer. So if you have a slow machine, this is actually something that's very useful for you. And the fact that the H6 actually can accept 4 inputs via XLR and 6.3mm jack, and you actually have a headphone jack over here, so you can have a 3.5mm headset. What am I talking about? A headset with a 3.5mm jack to monitor your audio levels. And it's very important to always monitor your audio. Like for me, I monitor through levels on screen, but you can monitor your audio on your own device, your headset. Okay, you can actually hear your distortion and you can hear what the audience hears. So, like I said before, audio is very important. It's half the battle won. So you gotta make sure that your audio is always perfect. Okay. If you are going to walk around, because I know some live streamers actually do like dance and yoga practice or even play music and things like that, and they just want to move around the room, you may want to consider getting a wireless lav. In this case, the Sennheiser G4, which also works with the Zoom H6. So this is another set that you can use. It's wireless. There's a nice display here that tells you your audio interface, whether it's connected and things like that. This is very important. Any of these audio device is very important. Why? Because let's say if I don't use this Blue Yeti, for example, and I use an onboard mic, you're gonna hear motorbikes outside the house, or cars or vehicles, or even like wind if my windows are open, or even people outside, and there's gonna be a lot of noise. Okay, so having a dedicated audio device like this actually isolates your voice from the surroundings. So that's way better. All right. The other thing that you can do is using the video mic, Rode Video Mic NTG, which can be connected to either a mixer or USB to computer. So this is also something that I like. Okay, Rode is one of the best audio makers around, bar none. Okay, I use their Rode mic since 2008. Yeah, since 2008. It's really robust. It's very good. The quality is very nice. In fact, I still use Rode for my DJI Osmo Pocket because the feed is just so good, right? It's very clear. Even the small ones are still good. So the NTG is actually built for live streaming. You can actually mount it to your camera, or you can mount it to a cold shoe and just hang it around, or even attach it to a hot shoe that's connected to a what do you call it, a Gorilla Pod, for example. All right, so this is something else that you can look into. Jinko, dude, I still have the VMP, man. It's still working fine. Wait, let me find it. Oh wait, there you go. Joto, let me pull it out. Oh man. Yeah, so this is my Rode mic. This is my Rode Video Mic Pro. This thing is like so ancient now, but it still works fine. So Rode makes very good quality stuff. They last very long. They can survive a lot of knocks, and I just love them. The quality of audio is really fantastic. So this is perfect. It needs a haircut. Yeah, it's just the way it is, So it's a very perfect solution that really warrants a lot of love. If you guys are into audio, you probably love Rode. Okay, so next, this is a shout out, okay, to CRC. They are offering free delivery for all gear that you rent from now until the 1st of June. Now we have a couple of weeks left, so this is actually the best time to actually get this deal. The other thing is you can actually get free two-way delivery if you rent $50 or more in a single booking, and they also have other basic live streaming packages set up. So if you guys find that this recommendation that I provided you guys are a little bit too much on your budget, or maybe something that you guys wouldn't want to have, then they will probably offer you something else. And do check out their website, okay, camerarental.biz or fb.com/crc.sg. Do check out Camera Rental Center. They are really nice. Look for the nice friendly gentleman called Nicholas. Yeah, he's a fun person to talk to. Nicholas, I know you're watching. Thanks so much for your support all these years. It's been fantastic. So yes, because of COVID-19, it's always very important to avoid contact, right? So they do have a delivery done, and I believe they do have it in a contactless way, so you guys can actually receive your products, your gear, without having any concern or worry about contracting the COVID-19 virus. All right, so there's that. Okay, so now I am gonna go through what my setup looks like now. This is experimental. I'm not so sure if this is gonna work, but I tried just now. It seems to work fine. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna play a live broadcast within a live broadcast. I know that sounds weird, but yeah. Okay, so let me turn on screen link. Okay, so there's this app called Elgato Screen Link Pro, which allows me to connect whatever I see on my phone, or play whatever I see on my phone onto my device. So this is something that you might consider as part of your arsenal as well for live streaming. The only problem is that it's sometimes not so good in terms of it doesn't really work sometimes. Okay, so there's that. So I'm just gonna try. Let me try to connect. Okay, I'm just gonna turn on. Okay, so if this works, we can have a nice little tour of the home studio so you guys can see my setup. It's a little bit messy now, sorry, but yeah, there's that. Okay, so screen link. Is it working? Sometimes there's a bit of lag. Come on. Seems to be not connecting. Am I using the correct Wi-Fi? Oh, I'm not. Okay, gotta change. It's Wi-Fi sensitive, so I need to change to another connection that's matching the Ethernet. So let's see if it works. Yeah, just internet things, man. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then well, too bad. Yeah, live within a liveception. So this is something I've been trying. It seems to work once in a while. So let's see. Come on, guys, come on. Pray that it works. Start broadcast. Okay, broadcasting. 3, 2, 1. Come on. working or not? Yeah, Murphy is strong in this one. Doesn't seem that he wants to play. Let me see. Or it could be because I need to turn off my main cam. That happened before. Let me see what happens. Okay, yeah, my main cam is now off. So you can see that I froze. Let's see what happens if I reconnect. Oh. Screen link, stop broadcast. Okay, if it works, it works. If not, it doesn't work, then too bad. Hold on, do I need to restart this device? Was working for a while, now it's not working. Kambing this thing. Okay, maybe that's not the correct Wi-Fi. It's okay, I'll change it. Yeah, the A6500 has to be hanged for a while. Because I'm testing out, see whether it works. If it doesn't work, then well, too bad. Then I probably have to cancel because this app is a bit buggy lah. It's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, and there's that problem. Everything on your screen. Yep, it's on. Oh man. Okay, let's see. Activate. Oh, it's working. Okay. Connecting to screening source. Oh yeah, it works. Okay. Wow. That's weird. There's a bit of lag. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna change Wi-Fi connection again. Let me see whether this works. Okay, so right now my webcam is kind of stuffed, so I'm just gonna try it again. Let me see if I can get them both to work at the same time. Okay, so webcam is alive. Okay, let me turn on my Wi-Fi again. Okay, guys, seems like I found a way to work it, to make it work. Apparently I need to press the big fat button that says activate when it's not even clear in the first place. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so deactivate and reactivate. Let's see. Ah, voila, it's working. Oh crap, why is it so big suddenly? No, what are you doing? Man, this app is so buggy. So I'm just gonna resize it on the fly. Okay, so let's have a virtual tour. Okay, so now I can actually stream straight away from my computer, from my phone rather. Okay, so this is this is the best way I can do it, the highest frame rate. Okay, so this is actually my setup. So I've been sitting on this chair all this time. This chair, okay, the Secret Lab chair. It's good to have a very comfortable chair when you're streaming because you'll be sitting here for quite some time. This is what I see on the screen. Alright, so you can actually see the chat box. I'm actually monitoring Facebook Live as well. Then this is actually my setup. So I'm just gonna go in a anti-clockwise direction. So this is a Razer Kyo. It's at the back of the room. So this Razer Kyo is actually connected to a USB cable that runs through all this nonsense here behind Frostmon. Right through the back, and then it connects straight to my PC, so you can actually see the behind of the studio. Alright. I also have lights here. So this is a Aperture HR672W. So I actually have a color gel, so it's orangey. Right. Again, the power goes all the way underneath. Okay, and I have two supplementary lights here as well on top of the Yongnuo, which I kept off. Yeah. So this is my YN362. Just turn them on for a little bit more effect. But I just turn them off because I want to conserve power. But these are additional lights, so I can actually have that nice little background light in the back of my room. These soft boxes are just there for show. I just hang them because I'm too lazy to dismantle them. But yeah, lighting wise, you can see that I actually have got a few Xiaomi lights here. I think it's Xiaomi, yeah. Connected to IKEA lamps. I also have LED lights underneath, and they're all connected to Google Home. Yep, one more light over here for my printer. Okay, so here on this side you can see there's another aperture light. This is the key light. This is where I have all my light on me when I do my live streaming. In order to achieve a soft light, I actually have this 95cm screen so that it's shining through and you can get like this smooth look. Yeah, so it's not too not too bad. Okay lah, if let's say I take it away, you can see the light is going to be really harsh. Alright, so this actually allows me to turn the light into a large source of light. Okay, the screen is wonderful. This is the main camera, the Sony A6500. This is actually 1635 GM lens. A bit of an overkill to be honest, but it's perfect for my live stream. There's face recognition, so I can move around and I still receive perfect focus. Okay, over here, I'm not sure if you guys can see. I'm just gonna squeeze in. Okay, you can see there's a Camlink 4K. That's where I connect my HDMI to my camera, so you can actually see the shot from this camera. Okay, otherwise it will not work. Some people do find that a little bit costly, so they use another workaround where you actually use software like Capture One or the Sony imaging editing software. I can't remember the exact name, but you can actually live feed from there as well, but it's not something that I want to do. Yeah, so this is my other camera. This is a Logitech C922. This is used primarily for zoom. Now in the original shot, you see that I actually placed it on what do you call that? The Wacom Cintiq. But this is where all the zoom interviews happen. Okay, on the Wacom Cintiq. I do it here because this one can move. Okay, it's a 24-inch beam off, but yeah. And I removed it and I put the Logitech here instead on a monopod. You can see it's a monopod. Okay, because now it's slightly further away and that prevents me from looking like a total carrot. Okay. Yeah, so how do I control the scenes? So let's say if I were to control scenes right now, I'm just going to show you guys exactly how it works. When I switch scenes, I use the Stream Deck. Okay, so if I press like zoom, okay, changes to another scene. Cintiq, change to another scene. Studio, change to another scene. Logitech, another scene. Profile, and even like AFK. So you can actually see all this lah. Even the iOS also. Oh no, it hang. So the iOS device, yeah, need to deactivate and reactivate again. Oh, it's totally gone. Okay, I need to reactivate. Oh, it's working now. Okay, good. So it's kind of clunky lah, this app. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Such a hassle. But yeah, audio wise, this is my Blue Yeti, and this is the pop filter. So pop filter is very good because if you use like P, like pop pop pop, you know, like words with P, it will always go into distortion. So there's that, and this wind cut prevents the aircon blowing sound from going into the microphone, so you have clear audio. Yeah, it's kind of haphazard lah, the cables. I understand, for photos, but yeah, that's the best I can do. I actually ran out of USB ports, so if you look at the back, it's a nightmare. Router, very good question. Router is very important to have a very good router. So I'm actually using a ROG Rapture AC5300. Now if you have Wi-Fi 6, that's even better. To conduct my virtual workshop, I actually use a Telegram cable that's connected to my PC, and I run Capture One over here. So anything that you see here will be viewable on the main screen. So yeah, it's a direct feed. Okay. Everything else is really for show. This is how the entire room looks like. Okay. It's really part and parcel of just having fun inside a room and making sure that everything looks good and you get to enjoy yourself. Okay. So there are plans to actually clear this table, so I can have an overhead cam to do like unboxing videos and stuff like that. Because this camera can tilt down, I actually use a light stand and cable tie it down so that it will not move. So you can use that as well. I intend to have one more light here, so you can have. Oh, in fact, I have one light here. This is the Felix V70 color accuracy print checking lamp. Okay, viewing lamp. Yeah. So that's just a quick tour of my room. So yeah, voice a bit soft because I was quite far away from the microphone. Sorry about that. So this mic can actually pick up voice from quite far lah. But I need to just speak a bit louder. Okay. So you guys got any questions with regards to setup? I'm just gonna stop here. Yep. You guys got any questions with regards to the setup? That's that lah. That's how I do my live stream. So some of the things that the miscellaneous things are when I do live streams, and if I were to conduct interviews with my interviewees, I actually send them questions beforehand so they know what to expect, and I won't surprise them because it's quite rude to do that. But I will not provide them answers, so they have to be very organic with their answers. They have to be very, very truthful, and they have to answer on the spot. I don't tell them to write answers down and read off a script or anything like that. Everything that you see live is happening live. So if I screw up, I really screw up, like just now. Okay. Gavin, yes, I invested a lot. That's why I'm hoping that people will send tips and donations my way to help support the channel and keep this channel alive, because this is all coming from my own pocket. And I'm hoping that this is one of the ways I can give back to the photography community during the COVID-19 period. You guys probably know that I do paid workshops, but now because of COVID-19, I decided to move all my workshops to virtual workshops and keep it online for free. So if you guys want to support, I'll be really appreciative. But anyway, this is what's coming up next. So on Tuesday, on next Tuesday, 19th of May 2020, I actually have the event page up and running already, so you guys can check it out. I'm just gonna put it right here. I'll be doing a virtual toy photography workshop, so I really hope you guys can join me for that day and have fun. My God, I'm really turning into Claudio. I've been saying that fun for so many times. Okay, so do sign up over here. I really hope people come in because I really put in a lot of effort for this kind of thing. I really hope that you guys can join me for this virtual workshop. It's not easy to run this entire live show by myself. It's a one-man show, so it's quite exhausting. So please join me, so we can have fun together, right? Shooting Pikachu. We also have an upcoming event on Saturday, the pre-Hari Raya special. We will actually... Oh, for the virtual workshop, you don't need brown color light. Use whatever light you have, man. For me, of course, I still use brown, but I'll try to keep it simple. I'll also introduce cheaper lights as well. But anyway, coming up on 23rd of May, the night before Hari Raya special, we're going to have Earthwrecker all the way from Switzerland joining us on the channel. And he's going to share some of his stuff with us as well. Earthwrecker is very famous for his brown color videos on how to set up lights and all that alongside Carl Taylor. So having him on the show is a huge blessing. So please come and join. It's very difficult to get him. Those of you who have gone for his masterclass for workshops or lighting, you know that this guy is the real deal. Alright. Can you imagine? Even Sales Chong said that he looks up to Earthwrecker for lighting inspiration. So that's that, alright? So we are very blessed to actually have him coming up on the show on 23rd of May. So this one here, the event invite is already up as well. So I'm just going to link it here for you guys. Just give me a sec. Events. Okay, so I'm putting the link here on both Facebook and Twitch, so you guys can take a look at it. Shafiq, thank you so much for sharing that it's an awesome cave. Yeah, you have to have a very awesome cave in order to work and play hard, man. So Royalty of Wakanda, thank you for following. I guess I know who that is. Okay. So anyway, just want to leave you guys with one last video. So last year I was actually featured on MTV Asia, so I just want to share with you guys in case you missed it. Okay, so this is The Art of Escapism, featuring me and Rhea Kami. Let me just enlarge the video size so you guys can see everything in its entirety. Reality is, to put it bluntly, it kind of sucks. We are so encumbered by traditions, people telling us what to do, paying the bills. Some people just want to escape reality. Some people just want to escape pain. If you escape reality, you just forget about all that. You role play something else, you become a hero in a fantasy setting. To be able to actually have that kind of escapism, you get to choose to be who you want to be. My name is Mezame. I'm a cinematic photography director. I basically tell stories using visuals by putting people in fantasy and surreal environments, all with the magic of Photoshop. My childhood was a lonely one. My parents didn't really let me play with the neighbors. I just keep myself busy at home playing PC games, reading comics, Star Wars. It helped develop how I craft my images. All these influences from pop culture, they tell me that imagination has no limits. So they tell me that the impossible is possible. Maybe some people will go like, as a child, you should have gone out more. But I think I grew up fine. It was all because of my dad. He was a photographer back in the 70s and the 80s. I was quite intrigued by his work. I wanted to do that because of exposure to the internet, and I started to see other people's works. And it got me thinking, like, what else can I do with photography other than just preserving memories? Can I tell stories? And that's how it all started. When I work with my clients, lawyers by day or bankers by day, they tend to go like, can I be someone else? I enable them, working with them to tell their own stories in the way they want it to be, explore a side of them that they never thought existed. You become a hero in a fantasy setting. You get to choose to be who you want to be. They are shy at first. You have to encourage them. And once they start to warm up, they show a different behavior altogether. You actually see a side of them you never saw before. And you'll be surprised that when they feel more invested in the shoot, they feel more in character, they start to open up and go like, wow, I didn't know I can look like this. Okay, can I try this? My works, it's all about creating a new kind of reality. To escape reality together, it's kind of like a drug. Perhaps this is, in a way, my own way of escapism. And that's how I tell my stories. Okay, to be honest, the camera doesn't do that in the last part. That was just some kind of special effects that they did. Okay, so, yep. Anyway, so I'll see you guys on next Tuesday during the virtual workshop. Feel free to follow my channel, hit over here. And once again, if you guys want to show support for this channel, this is the way to donate. Okay, you can either PayPal me or you can buy me a coffee. All right. Also, once again, a shout out to the PPS website. Do check it out. Okay, there's a calculator here that you can read and try to show for yourself to let yourself know how much you need to earn and spend in order to keep yourself alive. All right, especially if you're a business photographer or a photographer running a business in Singapore. And then call to action. You can join the group, or rather, you can join the association. We would like to have more people in the association to have a bigger voice in the photography industry, because this is how we can actually apply for a lot of things and work with the authorities and the government bodies to ensure that photographers in Singapore are well protected. Okay, and this is really good to have, because you can check out the link. I'm just gonna put it on Facebook and Twitch. Check it out by yourself, and you can actually see for yourself what are the benefits of coming on board the PPS. Okay, so with that, once again, shout out to Camera Rental Center for being our sponsor for today, for helping us with the shout outs and things like that. I hope we can still collaborate further and work together more. But yeah, so anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I would like to see you guys again in the future. Please follow, subscribe, like, share, whatever. Alright. In the event that you missed out this episode, you can still watch it on the YouTube channel as well. Alright, so with that, thank you so much. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Stay safe, take care. For the Muslim viewers, selamat berbuka puasa. Alright, take care and bye-bye.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
On three. 1, 2.